There she is. Alright guys, I'm on my way back from a ski day here in upstate New York. Awesome ski day. I'm soaked here. The marine grade vinyl seats in the Bronco, always paying off. I'm always so wet and nasty after the trails. Having seats that are super wipeable is just great. Yeah, we got a snowy day. We've had a pretty good winter up here. I've had a pretty good ski winter, and yeah, just wanted to take a quick sec to talk about the MOAB Bronco Off-Roadeo experience my wife and I did back in, let's see, was it was November 2024. So we had an opportunity at a free stay in Bryan Head, Utah, and Bryan Head is far from Moab, but it was a good opportunity for us to take a week off and hit, let's see, we hit Zion for 3 days, Bryce Canyon for a day, and then we bounced from Bryan Head and stayed in Moab overnight and did Arches one day and Bronco Off-Roadeo the next day, which was an awesome trip. Being from the Northeast, Moab is tough to get to, but worth it if you're gonna spend some time down there. And those places were all on our list for a while, so pumped that we were able to link that trip up. It was awesome. I'll send some I'll attach some of those pics here, but yeah, just wanted to talk about the off-roadeo experience. So this Bronco is like a year old, and with the purchase of a new Bronco, I don't know if it's leases too, purchase a new Bronco, you get a free opportunity to go to the Bronco Off-Roadeo. I've never been off-roading. It's probably kind of Mickey Mouse if you have off-roading experience. I should say our group was probably, you know, maybe 60%, 75% off-road experience, 25% like us with no off-road experience. So looking at your options, you have like New Hampshire, Tennessee, Texas. I think there's a Vegas option. I can't remember if there's another one, but you know, Moab is off-roading in Moab. That's kind of like the dream, right? So immediately I saw that and I was like, I told my wife, we got to find a way to make this happen, right? And so it worked out that we could do Zion, Bryce, Arches National Park, and then do Bronco Off-Roadeo on a Friday, which is perfect. And first of all, hiking all those places were absolutely amazing. The views, absolutely, yeah, just a great experience. And by the time we'd been hiking for 4 or 5 days straight, we were definitely ready for a day in the car. So the Bronco Off-Roadeo was like perfectly timed. So Bronco Off-Roadeo, how does the day go? You get in, you check in, and then you have like a, what was it, like an hour information session, which I actually like. They kind of talk about a little bit of the Bronco history, talk about off-roading characteristics, which was very helpful for me because the only experience I had with off-roading was like YouTube videos, so obviously nothing. So learning about breakover, approach, departure angles was helpful for me. And I imagine that would be pretty dry if you had been if you had off-road experience. So then after that, you break out into your cars, and this is where I thought we'd kind of be on a rotation of driving and like sharing a vehicle, but no, you have a Bronco to drive for the day. It's not a joke. And again, my wife was with me. We talked about having her upgraded to a driver. She wasn't interested in driving, she just wanted to be a passenger. So and they were actually running a promotion when I booked it for a free passenger. Outside of the Bronco purchase, there was no additional charge to myself, the driver, and my wife, the passenger, for Bronco Off-Roadeo. So to elaborate on the experience, when you go to the vehicles, there was a lot of, everything was a Sasquatch. There was a mix between 2 and 4 doors for our experience. I knew that I wanted a 4-door just for, you know, to kind of mirror the Black Diamond 4-door that I had, but I knew I wanted to find a higher trim level if I could find one, right? So it seemed like the group that I was with, they weren't maybe fully familiar with the different trims. So I knew like Wild Track and Badlands were above my trim, and I knew there were a lot of Black Diamond options available to like select a vehicle. The vehicles are not pre-selected for you. You have like a group of 6 people / couples / pairs, and they're like, hey, these are your cars, find the one you like. And what that ends up being is pretty much just the first one that you get, because there's 5 other groups also picking a car. So make sure you pick right off the bat. Like, I could tell there was another person in my group that was like doing a walk around of the Badlands, the green Badlands Sasquatch that I had, and I knew everything else available was a Black Diamond, which would have been awesome as well. But if you have an opportunity at a Badlands, you're gonna take it. So I went and just jumped in the driver's seat while he was like walking around, which, I mean, kind of a borderline move, I guess, but you know, I could kind of read the room, like, oh, it ends up being like the first vehicle you jump in, because the other 5 people are doing the same thing. So having a Badlands was awesome because it has the Baja mode, and Baja was so perfect for Moab. You obviously don't get a 5, 6, 7 speed, whatever you want to call it. You don't get a manual, so the Baja mode, what it does is it holds the heck out of the revs. Like it would hold them to 3,000-4,000 RPMs, and you're in 4 high or 4 auto, holding revs around really loose dirt turns. The most fun mode that I could have thought of. And again, it would have been just as an amazing experience in a Black Diamond Sasquatch, but having that mode being in a Badlands was really, really cool. So and again, the whole experience, it was not a hand-holding exercise. Our guide, he would get out, and you could tell he was kind of working through a script in parts, and that's kind of like the corporate nature of it, which I understand. I mean, you know, that kind of is what it is with an experience like that. But he was super cool, and he would get out to spot on the tougher sections, and other than that, he was just like grip it and rip it, like you're totally solo. So yeah, it was just my wife and I the whole time in one vehicle. It's nice because you can kind of, you know, you're out for the whole day. You can kind of spread out in the car with your bags and whatnot. So I have like a bunch of clips from the experience. I'm going to tag on to the end of this. Feel free to give them a watch. Yeah, super fun. Don't critique my my line choice and my driving too much. That was my first time off-roading, and what a blast, but yeah, take home point, I would say it's even worth to do if you don't buy a Bronco. I'm not sure what the cash value of that experience is, but I would think it'd be worth it. But if you bought a Bronco and you didn't do the Bronco Off-Roadeo, you need to do that, because I think it expires after 1.5 years or something. You have to take that experience, and if you can't make it to Moab, I'm sure all the other sites are amazing as well, but you gotta do that. Even if you're not into it, it gave me such a different level of appreciation for the platform. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more Bronco content coming. Got a couple installs coming in the spring once the weather kind of breaks here. Again, just really loving the Bronco. It's, you know, perfect. Like on the way to skiing this morning, we had a really wet snow all night, and it was, you know, 1/2 inch of slush, 1/4 inch of slush all over the roads. I had it in 4 high, and we were we were just plowing, no problems at all. And I'm just it's still too high right now. The roads are pretty clear, but just loving this vehicle. Any of you, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more Bronco content. Be well. All right, bud, you got it. It's your world. I'm just living in it, you know. This is so fun. This is like Baja.
So when we were in low range or low range with that manual first gear, we had a lot of engine braking potential. We didn't need to use our foot on the brake nearly as hard. Now that we're in high range, dealing with much higher gearing, even in first gear, you need to use a fair bit more brake pedal input to control that speed. And same is true for the following climb. In no way are we going fast up this. However, it is going to take more throttle input to maintain that motion and keep going up the hill, again, because we are in high range. So I'd like to use that as an opportunity for us to, help drill down on the importance of low range and the reasoning of low range and kind of when would you choose to use one over the other. And it really boils down to, if you're trying to go fast for a long time, get back into high range. If you need more of that low speed control, sounds like it's time for low range. And Tail Gunner, if you could please let me know when you make it to the top of the following hill, I would appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at this. We got a little runner. We got a runner.
Okay. There's this thing.
Rein it in. Rein it in, cowgirl. That person's going a little quick, huh?
You just focus on yourself.
Yep. Great, that's pretty it's getting there, huh? Here we go. Sweet. Oh, look at that.
breathe.
Into the nose. Let's go. Look at this. You see this right now? You see this? You see this right now? Oh yeah.
Golly.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Hubba hubba. Bam. Everything good over there?
Yeah, fine. Oh, how about you pay attention, mister?
Attentions are being paid.
I don't know how I'm supposed to.
You just hang in there. You'll be alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think we made it through Eileen. Oh, sweet. Oh. We're in Baja mode. You know what that means? It's holding red. It's awesome.
The view is insane.